Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. So we're going to talk about my unpopular spiritual opinions. So no one, I repeat, no one asked for this video, but y'all gonna get it today because I'm on my heart, like I'm in my let's just be open and put it out there type of energy. That's where I'm at right now. So first thing, the one thing that I feel like is out there in the spiritual community is that crystals can help heal everything that you got going on with you. I don't believe that. I do believe that, honestly, that there's a crystal for everyone and for everything. But at the end of the day, it is a tool. It's a spiritual tool that you can use. It's something that comes from the earth that you can use. But if you're not open to it, you might not even see that the crystal is working. So for example, you might get a clear quartz and say like, okay, I need to have more inner clarity. Okay, you say that, and maybe God, spirit, the universe is showing you things that you don't want. Like you keep getting in situations where you're just like, this is a mess. Like I don't want to have to keep dealing with this. Like why do I keep having all these issues and all these problems going on? That right there could be spirit showing you these are not the things that you want. So when these things come up, take time with yourself to figure out, what about this do I not like? Why did I attract this into my life? What energy where was I at within my, barometer of feelings and emotions and just overall energy level? Where was I at when I attracted this into my life? And if I don't want this, what do I want? That could be your way of gaining clarity. It's not going to be crystal clear. It's not going to just boom come to you. For some people it does, but unless you become more sensitive to things and more open to things and really pay attention to certain things and start to connect the dots of synchronicities, that crystal may not work for you, or you might not see it working for you. So just the idea of, oh, I get a crystal and it's supposed to just change my whole life, sometimes it does that, but you in some ways need to attune your energy to what that crystal is able to do for you. Okay, now crystals can help you to attune your energy, help you to either become more grounded or this or the third, but I feel like there still needs to be a certain part of you, like you have to actually do something, whether it be putting your intention into it, actually taking action. So if you say, I'm getting these crystals to make me more grounded, and just worrying, I just want to be grounded, what are you doing to help yourself be more grounded? Are you putting your phone down? Are you reading? Are you journaling? Are you using that crystal while you're meditating? Are you picturing yourself being more grounded while you're holding that crystal? Are you doing anything to help the crystal help you? It's just a tool, you all. It's not a magic pill. Now honestly, I feel like in some instances I've gotten crystals and like boom, but I was open to it. And I knew like, this is why I'm getting it and I'm about to make this happen. And it happened. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. And you might think, oh, it just doesn't work or whatever. Or you just buy all these crystals and keep buying crystals. And you all, crystals pretty much, not they all have the same thing, but really you can get you a clear quartz and charge that clear quartz, or program that clear quartz to be any crystal. Really, you don't have to keep buying crystals. Now I do have a crystal shop. Y'all should check out my shop. I got a metaphysical shop, check it out. But you don't have to buy all this stuff in order to, be on this spiritual path or whatever, right? That's just my first unpopular opinion. Let me know what y'all think. That's the first one. Crystals do not cure everything. It takes you doing something as well. And it might not be something physical. It might be something energetically, spiritually, emotionally that you should be doing to help that crystal help you. So number two, and some people might become offended by this or be like, but I believe that the whole idea that people who are religious or people who are in religion, or who believe in a specific religion. Now, some people who say I'm a Christian, but I don't consider myself to be necessarily religious. There are people who believe that. They still, I believe in Jesus Christ, I believe in this and the third, but I don't consider myself religious. I still would consider myself to be spiritual because I'm not going to church, or I'm not doing this and the third that might be attached to their religion. So that's a whole other kind of constructing video. But the whole idea that, once you become spiritual, you have to then bash somebody's belief systems or their way of life in order to be, you know, this spiritual being. Like, that's whack as hell. Like, why are you putting so much energy into how somebody else is living and where they're coming from? Now I get it, because some people are getting attacked by people. Like, I have videos where, I'm sure this video, I'll do a video about crystals and somebody will put a whole Bible verse on there and tell me that I need to get saved and this and the third and what I'm doing is wrong, da da da. Who cares? Who cares? Like, why would I focus my energy on what they're doing? And why would you even come to my video, for one? But also, like, what is the whole point of putting your energy out there and looking and critiquing somebody else's belief system? Because some people see that as their belief system. For example, they strengthen their spirituality by showing how religion is so wrong. This is why religion is wrong. This is why they lied to us. This is why black people shouldn't be Christians. Or this is why da 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 da. This is the white man's da da da. Like, who cares? What does that have to do with you and your own spiritual ascension? To sit here and talk trash about somebody else's way of living. Why do that? I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, you can be on a spiritual path and still be in, you know, still consider yourself a Christian. It's some people who say that they do that. I mean, do you? Or you can be on a spiritual path and still read Bible verses. Like, just how some people are on spiritual paths and they still look at Hinduism. They still look at certain things that are attributed to actual religions. But just because their religion is more like, people don't even realize that it's a religion. Something else that's important that I want to mention is that people don't realize that chakras and even yoga are rooted in organized religion, like Hinduism or Buddhist religion. Y'all, this is coming from somebody's religious practices, y'all. But then you want to turn around and bash religion. But you might use some of the same practices that came from somebody's religion and say it's spirituality. It's like you just going to take a little part from that person's religion and use it and then talk bad about people that are religious. Like, y'all, it's just it's a bang on big old salad, okay, child? We just here picking little pieces of what works from us from different areas and using it. And that's what I feel like we should all do and realize, like, you just take what you need and leave the rest, child. Stop thinking you better somebody than because you think you spiritual. Go on some damn work. You know what I'm saying? So it's all fluid. I feel like it's all about you getting closer to yourself and in turn getting closer to God and discovering what God is for you. I know some people are like, no, there's only one God and this is the only way and this and the third. Okay, that's your belief system. You don't have to sit here and critique me in order to make yourself feel better or to make you feel like you can confirm your religion by negating me. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, because you're not doing X, because, okay, this person is into tarot or this person is into this and the third. So since I'm not into that, I gotta be on point because all that stuff is wrong. So no, you're on point only because you are doing what you feel like you should be doing, what you are called to do. Stop paying attention to people. That's a distraction. You know, that's why I say on either end, religious people bashing spiritual people and spiritual people bashing religious people. I think that whole thing is dead. Like, it's trash. Yes, I put down, let their path be their path. Let people believe what they want to believe. You don't have to come here and be the spiritual police or religious police. Like, no. So the next thing is that I honestly believe that in this, you know, spiritual community that we have here on the internet, hi everybody, that there is this overconsumption of content that can hinder you. It can hold you back, and it can also be a distraction, y'all. There's so many freaking distractions. Like, I'm just learning it and seeing it. Like, there's so much out here that just distract you. And I believe that just watching all this content, constantly watching tarot videos, constantly watching videos about how to do this, how to do that, how to manifest this. Manifesting is not always spiritual. It's, you know, it's energy, but energy is spiritual and energy is energy and everything. But anyways, but over consuming this stuff, you might think that it's helping to build up your spiritual repertoire, and it could be helping you to build up your spiritual knowledge. But always know that I believe, in my opinion, that it can be a distraction and it's not always the best thing to do, especially because going into my next one. Let's just go to my next one. My next unpopular opinion is that spiritual gurus in general, like the idea that a person is a spiritual guru. Now, I believe that some people have more knowledge and more experience in certain areas of the spiritual realm, whatever that looks like for us, right? But the idea that you think a girl on YouTube or a guy on YouTube doing a video makes them a spiritual guru, or that you have to listen to what they say and what they're doing, they must be the ones because they sound right saying it, they look right, they got the aesthetic of it all, and they got the incense, and they got the crystals, and they got the whole vibes, that you should listen to them if that what they're saying is right. I don't believe that. I believe that God gave us the mindset, and God connected all of us, like we're all connected to source energy. So it's really important for you can watch certain content, you can consume these things, and that's great, but always look at these videos, these people, as tools. They might just be a tool. They're not a shortcut, though, because some people will use that person's video or that person's energy as a shortcut to their own spiritual ascension, and I don't believe that that's how you should do things. Instead, you might watch a person's video and you be like, I've never thought about it like that, or that's interesting. Then you take some time by yourself and you might meditate on that subject, or you might ask God, please show me, how I can be more open to receiving love. Now, you might watch a video that I have about opening up your heart chakra and this and the third, and I might give you a whole list of things, but what you need for you is going to be revealed to you. But you have to step out of this spiritual little internet community and tap into yourself, tap into your own energy, tap into your own connection to source in order for you to get what you need for you. Because one person might do a video, or they might watch somebody else's video and be like, oh yeah, and maybe read a few parts in a book, and they be like, okay, I know all about chakras. But they ain't did no chakra meditations, no chakra yoga poses, mudras, and they haven't been working with certain crystals to do it. They haven't been looking and seeing, okay, what chakra might be imbalanced within me, how can I work on this, and then come to you with that experience attached with the knowledge. Trust me, people will just watch some videos and be like, okay, I get this, and then make a whole nother video and come to you like it's, and you be like, oh my gosh, you know everything, this is amazing, this is great. No, that's not how it goes. You have to get it for yourself. You have to get it for yourself. All these people are on the internet, myself included, they're just tools. And I feel like a person who is a spiritual guru or whatever, what they will help you to do is help you to help yourself. The same with therapy. Like, people just go to therapists hoping that this therapist is going to give them all the answers. Child, hold on. Let's sip. Bloom where you're planted. Yes, yes, yes. But this person that's the spiritual guru, just like a therapist, what they're going to do is they're going to prompt you with questions, right? Prompt you with questions and certain things to help you see it for yourself. So, for example, a person comes to you and they're like, oh, I just don't know. I just don't really have any energy. Like, I just feel so drained and this and the third. Somebody might say, oh, well, girl, get you a crystal to help enlighten you, girl. You're going to get you some red jasper. You're going to be having all the energy in the world. Y'all, one of my kids just woke up. I can easily say, yeah, get you some red jasper and you'll be good. It'll help lift you up. This is why sometimes it's hard for me to sell crystals in person or just in general, because I'll be wanting to ask them more and more questions. But instead, what you can do, and you can do this for yourself, but a person that can help to guide you, they might say, okay, you feel like you don't have a lot of energy. What is taking away your energy? And I know you'd be like, well, if I knew that and not have all the energy in the world. But there might be something. You could say, so what is your stress level like? How do you handle stress? What does stress look like to you? What are certain things that cause you to have stress in your life? What are things in your life that you feel like take away your energy? Well, when I'm arguing, with my husband all the time, it just takes away my energy. Or just being around my kids sometimes, I just feel so drained, like I just can't do it. Why don't you feel like you can do it? Because it's just so much pressure. I feel like I gotta be this and be that way. Okay, so who's telling you have to be that way? I mean, I guess nobody is, but like, I look at my friend and she's just got it all together. Okay, so you're comparing yourself to your friends. I mean, yeah, I guess I am. Why do you, what makes you do that? Well, because I mean, I just feel like they look like they're having the best life. Da, 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 da. Like, I want to be like that. You can keep going further and further and deeper into it and helping that person to see that they are putting too much pressure. They're creating a blockage for themselves that's stopping them from bringing their energy up, you know, rising up that kundalini energy and allowing themselves to be more open and free, right? And I just kind of got that off the top of my head, but you can start to ask questions and help that person to see certain things for themselves. Because if you keep getting everybody the answer and keep telling them this is what you got to do, 5 easy tips to do all this, that person they're not going to get it. They're going to keep coming to you to fill their cup up. They're going to keep coming to you to fill that goddamn cup up. And that I'm not in the business of doing it. I'm not in a position to do that. I feel like at the end of the day, we all got to figure this out on our own. Now, again, like I said, we're all tools to help each other, and that's okay. But at some point, you got to come back to your own drawing board with yourself and deal with it for yourself and by yourself. Does that make sense? Don't mean that you can't have no help, but just know that person is just as human as you, and you can get information, energy from anybody, even from low vibrational people. That person can help you to see something. Even if that person helps you to see something within yourself, you see them doing something, you be like, that's irritating me. Something about what they doing just get on my nerves. More than likely, it's getting on your nerves because it's part of your nerves. Okay, child? Just allow yourself to be open to things. Allow yourself to be free of whatever it is that you're stopping yourself from doing and being. I don't know where this video got to, child. I was getting distracted by my kids. Distractions every damn word. But these people are just tools, okay, you all? Look at it as just something that's here to help you along the way, but it's not the way. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I would hear somebody maybe talking about, what is it called? Like Oshun and things like that. Like they'll make altars for certain gods and goddesses or for certain deities, right? And they'll make altars for them. I don't do that. To me, I have not been called to do that in my spiritual practice. So I could watch somebody's video and be like, oh, maybe I should do that. I don't know. But if I don't feel like that's for me, I don't want to do that. And that kind of goes into the other thing, like, you do things your way, y'all. Like, I guess it's like the premise of this whole video is do things your way. I believe that that's the biggest part of the spiritual journey, is for you to find yourself, reconnect with you. And in reconnecting with you, you find God, y'all. Like, God is there, but it's there. It's not there, it's there. Okay, well, like, comment, and subscribe here. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, but you have to pull from your own energy and from your own knowledge. And I said, see people as tools, not shortcuts. I also said, yeah, people do recreate content. They do. Trust me, they do. And also, there's like tons of video about the same stuff. So instead of watching 5-10 videos about root chakras and think you did something, watch 1 or 2 videos, get something from it, sit down, write down what you got from it, or think about it, and then work on it. Actually do it. Actually apply the information that you're getting. Or read a book. Even though books are made by people, just like this video was made by a person, but you might read a few different books. And even books are taking energy from another person's interpretation of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all just recycling the same energy. So you can do the same for yourself. Make sense? I have been like, seriously, about everything. Is that I believe that spirituality is becoming more about materialism versus actual spiritualism. And my unpopular opinion is that you don't have to keep buying things in order to be on this spiritual journey. You know, whatever you see on TikTok, you don't have to get that next crystal, the last crystal that you saw on TikTok, or this and the third, or you don't have to get all these different, I don't know, smudges and tarot cards and all these different things, or take this person's course, or get this consultation, or get this reading done. You do not have to do any of that stuff. What do you think our ancestors was doing back in the day? They was probably communing with other people, talking to people face to face in life, and drawing certain things from conversations, from experiences, being out in nature, taking time by yourself, listening to your children. Because sometimes listening to your kids, child, you be like, okay, I don't know who talking through you. I don't know who auntie, which uncle I got, or which grandma I got talking through you, but I received the message, child. Okay, this path that we're on it doesn't have to be bought. And I think sometimes when you're buying certain things, thinking that it's going to help you get somewhere, you're again trying to use that as a shortcut. And you're going to keep, and since you're using it as a shortcut, you're going to keep feeling like you need to buy and consume in order to feel whole. When in reality, sometimes you have to get rid of a lot of things in order to free up your energy. Okay? And like I said, I'm starting to realize that all this stuff is distractions. Like, I am on this quest to reduce all the stuff that I have, y'all, because I just keep getting stuff and I'm just like, I want it, I need it, I love it, but it's just like, it's just stuff just everywhere. Like, for a certain point, like, I had crystals all by my bed. Yeah, I took them crystals, put them away. Like, I had to just keep putting away my crystals. And then slowly but surely, I started to integrate them back into my room. But you don't have to buy it, y'all. It's within you. You already came with the blueprint and everything that you needed, y'all. You do not have to buy it from anybody. You really don't. You have the answer. Another unpopular opinion that I have is that you have to look or act a certain way in order to be like this spiritual being, you know. Similar to how like people feel like yoga is like a middle-aged white woman thing. You know, Madonna made this thing that like people be like, this is the aesthetic of it all. Like, in reality, it came from brown people who are all different shapes and sizes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how marketing changes how things are supposed to look? It's all a facade, y'all. It's all a facade. What's for you is for you, and you don't have to be a young person. Because I felt like, you know, sometimes I watch videos about it and I'm like, this is this young 20-something-year-old, you know, they're an influencer or whatever, and they don't have kids and they're just out here chilling, living near the beach. And of course they can meditate and do all of this stuff. Like, what the heck they got going on in their life? No judgment to them, but this is kind of like how you feel sometimes when you just keep looking at stuff on the internet. You're like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? I got 4 kids, 2 baby daddies, and you know, or I got a job and I gotta go, I'm going to school and I'm doing all of this, and it's just too much. Like, and I live in this apartment that I don't want to put on the internet because I don't like the way it look. It ain't got the aesthetic that I want. Like, how am I supposed to be doing in this stuff? And it's just like, none of that matters. None of that is a thing. That's just a distraction, and once again, a blockage. It's something to block you from you realizing that this is not something that you can buy. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to be a certain way. And I know the internet kind of makes it look like it has to be a certain way, or I have to eat these certain type of foods in order to be considered spiritual, or I have to say these certain type of words, or I can't use God, I have to use the word universe, or I can't be around low vibrational friends in order to be spiritual. Some of that helps you, but sometimes being around these people can help you to see certain things. Sometimes being around these people, if you're not, you know, if you haven't worked on yourself enough, or if you're kind of new to it, or you're still kind of sensitive to certain things, being around them can lower your energy. But once you lower that energy, maybe there's something that you can learn about yourself when you're there. What triggered you? What made you want to be around those people that you knew was going to bring you down? What was it? Were you running away from your real feelings and emotions? You didn't want to deal with it, so you ran to them. I've done that before. You've run to them. Not necessarily like that person is low vibrational, but maybe you might be doing something that's low vibrational, or you might feel like this is not necessarily what I wanted to do, but instead of dealing with my actual problems, I'll just do this and let this be a distraction and just be, you know, doing it. I don't know how it got to that, but at the end of the day, I just feel like moral of the story is that this is your journey. You need to define it for yourself. What does it look like for you? To me, it's about being intentional about what you want, intentional about what you're looking for, and also being mindful. You know, if you're eating something that you feel like is low vibrational or it's not spiritual, I shouldn't be eating this. What's causing you to eat it? You know, is it because of the convenience? Is it because you're stressed out? It's because you just got a taste for it? Okay, eat your food and enjoy it. Bless your food, eat your food, take your time. Maybe don't watch TV while you're eating it. Maybe just sit down and eat it and take your time eating it. Watch a video that might be some, you know, something that's inspiring to you. Listen to affirmations. Listen to some sounds or whatever while you're eating. Whatever. I shouldn't be having sex with this person. Okay, while you have sex with that person, maybe listen to some affirmations, play some little singing bowls. Light an incense, okay? Burn some sage. Have some selenite in your hand while you're getting it in. I don't know. Do something to help balance it out. This is your journey, y'all. Don't judge yourself while you're doing it. Just be mindful. Be aware. Be aware. Open yourself up. Be more aware of things. Being more intentional about things. And define what it means for you. And also know that as we're going through this thing called life, you can change your mind. It's people that got into spirituality and say, you know what, it was cool and I got what I need to get from there, but I still I'm still connected to Christianity or whatever. And that's something that I feel like that's where my heart is at. That's where I've been called to go back to. Let them people be. Let them people be. If that's their part of their journey, let that be part of their journey. Because, and allow yourself to do that too. If you, whatever it is, you know, you can go in any way that you feel like you are moved to be. And that's perfectly fine. You know, but reduce the judgment of yourself, reduce the judgment of others. And also, it all comes back to you connecting with you. We all help each other to get back to one. The okay, the universe. We all help each other get back to that one, which is God, because we're all a part of God. And then we just see God in so many different ways. And really, it's just so beautiful, y'all, that we can all just be connected and just, you know, live this groovy life. So I hope that you all found this video kind of, you know, interesting, different. I know I already talked about spiritual stuff, but I want to talk about stuff that I feel like I just be so irritated to be like, oh gosh, like you don't have to look like this to be spiritual or talk like this and to be considered spiritual. Like, no, just do what you gotta do. Like, now I get it, some people only gonna understand it if you say it certain ways, but you ain't gotta do all that. Just be you, man. Be authentic. At the end of the day, and all that you do, stay forever true. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Bye.